Welcome to Empowered by Self-Love, the podcast. I am your host, Jessica Fuentes, and this is the Reinvention series, a space where self-love, confidence, and leadership come together through real conversations and honest reflection. In here, we explore what truly means to reinvent yourself, not by becoming someone else, but by reconnecting with who you are, honoring your journey, and leading your life with intention. This podcast is brought to you by Empowered-SelfLove LLC, where self-love becomes confident leadership. Before we dive in, I want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing this space, this conversation, and this time for yourself. Whether it is your first time listening or if you've been part of this community since season 1, you are welcome here. This podcast exists as a reminder that growth is personal, leadership is human, and self-love is not optional. It's foundational. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's begin. Welcome back to Empowered by Self-Love. Thank you for being here today, and welcome to the Reinvention series. Today's episode is a special one because we're talking about something deeply personal, deeply human, and incredibly powerful. Reinventing yourself. Reinventing yourself is not a one-time decision. It's not something you do once and you check off a list. Reinventing yourself is a process, one that can last a lifetime. When I think about reinventing myself, I think about every area of my life. My personal life, my family life, my professional life, and my spiritual life. I love life. I love my family, and I love what I do. And yet I've learned that loving life also means accepting a hard truth. Nothing stays the same. Life is a constant change. Your personal life can change in a blink of an eye. People you love deeply today may not be part of your life tomorrow. And as painful as that can be, life doesn't stop. It doesn't end. It simply asks you to grow. Your family life changes as well. Children grow, routines shift, your children leave for college, new roles emerge. And here's something important that we don't talk about enough. Sometimes, even with family, we don't see eye to eye. And you know what? That it's okay. You're not required to agree with everyone in your family. You're not required to walk the same journey they walk. Some people are simply on a different path with a different level of awareness, understanding, or emotional capacity. And that is not your responsibility to fix. Their lack of understanding is none of your business. Your business is your path, your growth, your peace. What matters is that you are aligned with your values. What matters is that you are at peace with who you are becoming. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to disengage, to create distance from people who have become toxic in your life. Not out of anger, not out of resentment, but out of self-love and self-respect. And distance doesn't mean you don't care. Distance means you care enough about yourself to protect your energy. Some people no longer vibrate at the same level as you, and that is okay. Let them walk their journey. One day, things will make sense. Professionally, reinvention can feel just as uncomfortable, if not more.
For almost 18 years, my professional life was stable, predictable, secure. And then, in 2023, everything changed when I was laid off. That moment shook me, but it also woke me up. Since then, I've been reinventing my professional life, making adjustments, exploring new directions, and asking myself deeper questions. What truly matters to me now? How do I want to show up every day? How can I use my experience to truly serve others? What felt like an ending became the beginning of something new. That season pushed me into growth, into exploration, learning, and most importantly, into a process of self-discovery. It forced me to slow down and ask, what do I really want? How can I genuinely help people? How does my professional experience align with who I am becoming? And that clarity led me not only to reinvent myself, but to reinvent my purpose. Through a deep self-love journey, I realized how vital it is to truly know your worth, to understand that loving yourself is not selfish, it is empowering. But I also realized something else. My purpose wasn't meant to be disconnected from my professional experience. I have spent my entire career in the administrative field, supporting leaders, managing complexity, and holding everything together behind the scenes. And that's when it clicked. If I've spent my life facilitating executives' lives, I can also facilitate the lives of the professionals who do the same. Office managers, executive assistants, administrative professionals. Because no one understands their challenges better than someone who has walked in their shoes. They carry immense responsibility. They manage pressure silently. They make everything look effortless, even when it's not. So who supports them? Who helps them process the overwhelm, the frustration, the self-doubt? That's where coaching becomes powerful. Because having someone to talk to reflect with, to brainstorm solutions with, can change everything. And here's something I've learned along the way. Insecurities exist at every level. Titles don't erase doubt. Success doesn't eliminate fear. We all need support. Everything in life comes down to focus. What you focus on, how you interpret your experiences, the meaning you give to what happens to you. Your mindset can either move you forward or keep you stuck. I've learned that every struggle, every disappointment, every painful moment carries a lesson. Even when you don't understand it. Even when you're angry, heartbroken, or exhausted. Pain reveals the truth. Struggle creates growth. And sometimes hardship removes us from places we no longer belong, so we can step into where we are meant to be. Reinventing yourself is a beautiful part of your journey. It helps you grow. It helps you evolve. It helps you become more aligned with who you truly are. Reinventing yourself brings you closer to the goals you are meant to achieve and closer to the people who truly belong in your life. Trust the process. Honor your path. Protect your peace. You're not lost. You are becoming. Reinventing yourself is not about erasing who you've been. It's about honoring who you are becoming. Change is inevitable. Life will shift. Relationships will evolve. Careers will transform. Reinvention is the conscious choice to meet that change with intention, courage, and self-trust. Every adjustment you make, every pivot you consider, every moment you choose growth over comfort is moving you closer to the life you are meant to live, even when it doesn't feel clear, especially when it doesn't. Reinventing yourself is not a sign that something went wrong. It is a sign that you are listening, that you are evolving, that you are allowing life to shape you instead of resisting it. So don't be afraid of change. Don't fear the pauses, the redirections, or the moments that ask you to reassess your path. Those moments are not setbacks, they are invitations. Invitations to align more deeply with your purpose, your values, and the person you are becoming. Reinvention is not the end of the journey. It is the bridge that brings you closer to where you truly belong.
As we close today's episode, I want to thank you, truly, for being here and for sharing this space with me. If something you heard today resonated with you, allow yourself to sit with it. Reflection is where clarity begins and where reinvention quietly takes shape. Remember, growth doesn't require perfection. It requires honesty, self-awareness, and the willingness to keep showing up for yourself. If you'd like to continue the conversation, you can follow me on social media or visit my website. You will find all the links in the episode's notes. Thank you for choosing this moment, and thank you for choosing yourself. Until next time, lead with intention, move forward with compassion, and trust the journey that you are on.